In the quiet town of Willow Creek, where secrets hid behind picket fences, Emily Harris lived a life that seemed perfect. She was married to David, a charming lawyer whose smile could sway juries and hearts alike. Their home, a quaint two-story with roses climbing the porch, was the envy of neighbors. Emily, a school teacher, spent her days shaping young minds, while David's late nights at the office were excused as dedication. But beneath the surface, a shadow loomed, one Emily couldn't yet see. She trusted David completely, her love for him woven into the fabric of her everyday life. From shared coffee mornings to whispered promises under starlit skies. One autumn evening, as leaves fell like silent confessions, Emily noticed a change. David's phone buzzed more than usual, and he turned it face down with a forced laugh. At first, she brushed it off work stress, she told herself. But the late nights grew longer, and his excuses thinner. A forgotten receipt for a dinner she never attended slipped from his coat pocket, igniting a spark of doubt. Emily's heart, once steady, began to waver. She didn't want to believe it, but the seed of suspicion took root, growing with every unanswered question. Determined to uncover the truth, Emily started paying closer attention. She noticed lipstick on a shirt collar, a shade she'd never worn. The scent of unfamiliar perfume lingered on his briefcase. One night, unable to sleep, she checked his phone while he showered. A single message glowed in the dark. "Meet me at the usual place. Miss you." Her world tilted. The words weren't from a client or a colleague, they were from Claire, David's paralegal. Emily's chest tightened, but she didn't confront him. Not yet. She needed proof, something undeniable to shatter the illusion she'd lived in. Emily began her quiet investigation, her teacher's precision guiding her. She tracked David's schedule, noting discrepancies between his meetings and the firm's calendar. She followed him one evening, her car trailing his through the fog-draped streets. He stopped at a dimly lit cafe, where Claire waited, her laughter cutting through the night as David leaned close. Emily watched from a distance, her heart fracturing with every shared glance. She didn't cry, she couldn't. Instead, a cold resolve settled in, urging her to unravel the full extent of his betrayal. Back home, Emily dug deeper. She found hidden emails on David's old laptop ones he thought he'd deleted. They detailed months of secret rendezvous, promises of a future together, and lies to keep Emily in the dark. The betrayal wasn't just an affair, it was a carefully crafted deception. Claire wasn't the only one. There had been others, fleeting but deliberate. David had built a double life, one where Emily was the unsuspecting backdrop to his desires. Each revelation was a knife, but Emily's anger grew sharper than her pain. She planned her next move with care. Confrontation would come, but not recklessly. Emily gathered evidence, screenshots, receipts, even a recorded voicemail Claire left on David's phone. She consulted a divorce lawyer in secret, a woman known for her ruthless efficiency. The lawyer's office, with its mahogany desk and leather chairs, became Emily's sanctuary. She laid out her findings, her voice steady despite the storm inside. The lawyer nodded, promising a case that would leave David with little to salvage. Emily felt a flicker of power, a reclaiming of the life he tried to steal. David, oblivious, continued his charade. He brought Emily flowers, kissed her forehead, and spoke of their future. Each gesture, once cherished, now felt like mockery. Emily played along, her smiles masking the strategy beneath. She waited for the right moment, knowing timing was everything. At a dinner party with friends, she watched him charm the room, his hand resting casually on hers. The hypocrisy fueled her resolve. She began moving money to a separate account, securing her independence while David remained blissfully unaware. The confrontation came on a rainy evening, the kind where the world feels hushed. Emily sat at their kitchen table. The evidence spread before her like a map of his sins. When David walked in, his briefcase still in hand, she didn't raise her voice. She simply asked, "Who is Claire?" His face paled, the confident lawyer stumbling over denials. She laid out the proof emails, photos, the voicemail. David's excuses crumbled. each word weaker than the last. For the first time, Emily saw fear in his eyes, and it felt like justice. He tried to salvage it, pleading for forgiveness, claiming it was a mistake. But Emily was done with his lies. She told him about the lawyer, the evidence, the divorce papers ready to be filed. David's charm, his greatest weapon, was useless now. He left that night, his belongings packed in a single suitcase. The house, once their shared haven, felt lighter without him. Emily stood at the window, watching the rain, feeling not broken but unburdened. She had been his fool, but no longer. In the weeks that followed, Emily rebuilt. She changed the locks, repainted the walls, and filled the house with her own choices bright colors David had never liked. Her students noticed her renewed energy. Her lessons infused with a quiet strength. Friends rallied around her, their support a reminder that she wasn't alone. The divorce proceedings moved swiftly, her lawyer dismantling David's attempts to fight back. Claire, it turned out, had known about Emily all along and vanished when the truth surfaced, leaving David to face the consequences alone. Emily's life took on new shape. She joined a book club, started running in the mornings, and even considered dating again, though she wasn't ready yet. The pain of betrayal lingered, but it no longer defined her. She found solace in small victories grading papers at her desk, planting new roses, laughing with friends over wine. Willow Creek, once a backdrop to her deception, became a canvas for her renewal. She was no longer the naive wife, but a woman who had faced the truth and emerged stronger. David tried to reach out once, a letter filled with apologies and regrets. Emily read it, then burned it in the backyard, the flames consuming his words. She didn't need his remorse, she had her own closure. The desk in her study, once cluttered with lesson plans, now held a journal where she wrote her dreams, her fears, and her triumphs. Each page was a step toward a future she controlled. The town whispered about the scandal for a while, but Emily didn't care. Their judgment couldn't touch her. By spring, Emily stood taller, her heart mending with every sunrise. The roses on the porch bloomed brighter, as if mirroring her resilience. She had uncovered a betrayal, dismantled a lie, and reclaimed her life. Behind the veil of her marriage, she'd found not just deception, but her own strength. Willow Creek was no longer a place of secrets, but a home where Emily Harris, unbroken and unafraid, wrote her own story.